So you have a dependent visa and your husband's laid off. What happens to you? Can you still take up work? Can you still study? Or are you now stuck in some sort of limbo land? I'm on a dependent visa. My husband and I were both working for the same company. He's been with them for over 2 years in Hong Kong, and we were both recently laid off. Am I able to take up employment or go to school on the merits of my dependent visa, or not so able because of the fact that my husband has lost his job now? Our current visas expire about 18 months from now, and we're both looking for jobs. I'm also slated to begin studying part-time at a university here next month. My hope is that my dependent visa is still valid for work or school even though my husband has been laid off. Thank you, I appreciate your help and I love your website. When a foreign national in Hong Kong holds an employment visa, he has two privileges. He gets the privilege on the one hand to take up the work for that particular employer and that particular employer alone, and he gets the privilege to reside in Hong Kong. And the privilege to reside in Hong Kong flows naturally from the privilege to work. So, once you stop working for your current employer for whatever reason, and in this instance redundancy, the privilege to work ceases at the point of redundancy, but the privilege to reside continues until your current limit of stay expires. Now, when it comes to your accompanying dependent visa family that are supported by you, essentially their limit of stay continues and the conditions associated with their immigration status continue nonetheless. And because dependent visa holders are able to join in a business, they're able to take up a course of study, they're able to engage in full-time or part-time work. In fact, they're able to engage in anything lawful so long as the immigration permissions that they've got allow it to happen, and the dependent visa enables this. Essentially then, where there's a redundancy, there's no impact whatsoever on the dependent visa of the accompanying family. So if you've got an opportunity to go out and earn now while your husband procures the circumstances to allow him to become the breadwinner again, you've got the opportunity to do so because, as I say, there's no negative impact on your dependent visa permissions. Essentially what will happen is that 18 months from now your dependent visa will expire, and if your husband's circumstances have not changed to the extent that he's able to continue to sponsor you for your dependent visa extension, that is, he himself has been able to procure a new employer and has been able to create the conditions for him to get an extension to his employment visa and extensions to your dependent visas at the same time, then your all systems go. So no problems, you've got 18 months to sort things out. Hope you found this useful.